making Boudin balls today. Boudin, but really you pronounce it Boudin. Go figure. Okay, so let's turn you around. Let's put a little light on the subject. Okay. And I'm going to set you guys here just a minute. Just a minute. I'm going to put some of my cornflake crumbs in a bowl. Right there. There we go. Okay. This is cornflake crumbs. So this is what I did. I got cornflakes and I ground it up. You guys can see the difference in the consistency because I ground it myself. I'm all right. The world's not wrong. Okay, so we're going to set you up here so you can see everything that's going on. And let me turn you around. Wait a minute. Let me turn on this and then turn you around. Okay. Let me put you down here so you can see. I'll put you over here, matter of fact. Sorry, guys. So sorry. We're so sorry. Okay, so y'all can see everything that I'm doing. Okay, so let me get my recipe for my Boudin balls. And I'm going to plug in this oil right now just so it'll get hot. Oops. Let me move my spices. There we go. Okay. Sorry. Okay, so this is my recipe right here for Boudin balls. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make our Boudin balls, and then there's a dipping sauce that they make for it. But first we're going to do our Boudin. So let me get my Boudin out of the refrigerator. Okay, I'm going to set that right there. So this is Boudin right here. So let me show y'all up close. This is Boudin. This is what Boudin looks like up close. And if you can see, it's got rice in it, and it's got meat in it, and it's got seasonings. And this is called mild Boudin. Right there. Mild Boudin. Just so y'all can see. Okay. And I'm going to open this. And these are, so Boudin is in a casing. But the instructions call, let me wash my hands. The instructions call to take the filling of the Boudin out of the casing. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take the, we're going to take the filling out of the casing. Let me dry my hands. Okay. So that's the first thing we're going to do. So let me set this stuff over here out of the way.
Kelly said they got 2 weeks and they're heading out.
Yay! Okay, so this recipe calls for 1 pound of Boudin balls. So I'm going to make 2. I'm going to make a double order just because I would like to bless other people. So, because up here, you can't get any such thing in Michigan. In order to get something like this, you have to go down and get some Boudin. I'm going to call it like I see it. Boudin. And you have to make them up here. Or you can get the pre-frozen ones, which doesn't taste nothing like the homemade ones. Okay, so I'll show you guys what I mean. They're in a casing. You see the casing? And so that has to be taken out. It has to be taken out of the casing. because that casing is, like, to me, next to impossible to eat. Yeah. And so you just cut a line down it. That's how I do it. And then you just pull your filling out of the casing. And this casing, I believe it's a pig intestine. Isn't it, Jerry?
Yeah, I believe so.
I believe so. But you don't eat that part. So don't worry. There will be no pig intestines eating today. It will go in the dog dish. There it is. Let's see if Blue will eat it. Matter of fact, hey, Blue, do you want some pig intestine casing? Do you? Do you think you would like it? Let me try to give it to my dog. Let me see. Would you like some of this? Here you go. Oh, yeah, he's in heaven. He's like what it is, what it was, and what it will be. Okay, so I want to show you exactly what the filling looks like. It is rice, meat, and spices. And that's the filling. Okay. And the meat is a pork-based meat, I believe so. Okay, so Blue's like, hey, you got any more of that stuff up there? Can I have another bite? He liked that. So I did get 2 different types of Boudin on purpose because some taste better than others. Some has different flavors. And one of these is pork and shrimp. And the other one is pork and crawfish. So I've got a mixture of the flavors on purpose. Just because, from what I was told, down in Louisiana, the mixture is what makes it exceptional. So I'm trying to be exceptional, y'all. There it is. So there's the Boudin. 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 They might have just told me that so they could giggle at me. I wouldn't put it past them. Okay, so here's our Boudin. And this is what it looks like. Y'all can see that, right? Let me make sure you can see. Okay, so now I'm just going to crumble it. It says to crumble the Boudin. So I'm crumbling it into crumbles. Okay, then it says to add Cajun seasoning, diced onion, the Trinity, which I have, jalapenos, parsley, garlic powder, celery flakes, and cayenne. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do next. Let me wash my hands because I got this meat on it. Just so I can touch my spices and there we go. Okay, now let me get my spices. This one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. Okay, so I got my spices. Okay, now let me get my measuring spoon. Measuring spoons were for our belly. Right here. Right there. That's the one we want. Oops. Okay, so I got my measuring spoon. Okay, so first I'm going to put, this is called the Trinity, and I got this down in Louisiana because they sell it in the freezer department like this. They don't sell it up here. What this is garlic, celery, sweet bell peppers, and onion. And so this is one of the things that it calls for. So we can put that in there. And it calls for 1 pack of Boudin, 1 pound of Boudin, it calls for a half an onion. So for 2 bags, it calls for a whole onion. And the same with the peppers and the, yeah, so we're putting all that in there. Just like that. There it is. Okay. So that is the equivalent of 1 onion, 1 bell pepper, and 3 ribs of celery, and 4 garlic cloves. Let me rinse my hands. Okay. Okay, next. It says a tablespoon of garlic powder. Okay. So, garlic powder. 1 tablespoon of garlic powder. Because I'm doing a double batch, it normally calls for a half a tablespoon of garlic powder. So be aware that my ingredients that I'm putting in here, I have doubled it. So 1 tablespoon of parsley. Okay. 1 tablespoon of celery leaves. Let me get my, there. 1 tablespoon of celery leaves. Okay, what else? Cayenne powder. So it calls for a pinch of cayenne powder. But I'm going to, because we like spicy, I'm going to do about 1/4 of a teaspoon of cayenne powder. And then also it calls for Cajun seasoning. And this is the Cajun seasoning right here. And if y'all notice, it says salt-free. So I got the salt-free Cajun seasoning. And this calls for a tablespoon per pound of Boudin, but I got 2, so I'm doing 2 tablespoons. So there's 1, 2. 2 tablespoons of the Cajun seasoning. Okay. And now, I inhaled that. Blech. Let me get me a spoon so I can mix this. Oh, I inhaled that. Blech. Okay, so now we have to, okay, mix this. Oh, I forgot my jalapeno, but that's okay. Okay, just like that. Okay, and so then we just have to, mix this all up just like that. So that's that right there. Okay, let me give Moses this Boudin skin because Blue got some. Here you go, baby. I inhaled that stuff, man. Okay, so let's get a picture. Let's get a picture of our Boudin all mixed together, y'all. So this is what it looks like once it is mixed together with the onions and the peppers and the celery and the seasonings. So we're going to put you right back over there. Okay, so you can see. There we go. Let me make sure I don't drop you. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now we're going to set this aside just for a minute because now we have to assemble our dipping. So it called for 2 eggs. We're doing 4 because we used 2, 3, 4. Okay, so there's my 4 eggs and my low beater. Okay. So in here, we are going to mix our eggs along with our buttermilk. Just 1 cup of buttermilk. For a regular batch, it would be a 1/2 cup. And I made homemade buttermilk. Y'all already know. I'll never use a whole gallon of buttermilk, so I make my own with regular milk and lemon juice. We're going to mix that together, and then hot sauce and salt. Whoops. So let me get my hot sauce. And I'm not going to put a whole lot of salt in there. I'm just going to sprinkle just a little bit. And then hot sauce. However much you want or however much you like, you can do it. So there. I did a couple squirts of hot sauce. Then we mix that all together. The eggs, the hot sauce, the buttermilk, and the salt. Just like that. Okay. So that's mixed together. Now, let me throw my eggshells away. At least most of them. Okay. And then, this one we have flour. Okay. So now, we're going to move these over there because we're going to do it. Let me line these up. Let me move this out of our way. Okay, y'all. All right, so let me, just a second, sorry. Apologize. Okay. Let me move y'all over here so you can see. I'll be right there, y'all. Okay. Okay, so let me make sure you can see for the most part. There we go. How about that? Okay. All right, here we go. And we're going to set you there. Just like that so you can see. And this is our flour. Wait a minute. There we go. Okay, let me move you back here. There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay. Now let me get my Boudin mixture. And they do recommend that you can refrigerate your Boudin mixture if you want to, but we're not going to do that. I'm just going to do, so this is what you do. You take your Boudin and you roll it in the flour, just like that. And I'm going to get a spoon for the egg mixture, just because it'll be easier than get my hands all gross. Right there. Okay. And then you cover it in your egg mixture, and then you drop it in there. I should get another spoon, shouldn't I? Yeah. Let me get my Boudin spoon. Just like that. You cover it, and then you drop it in the oil, which I'm doing right now. And then you get another one. And you form a ball. And you can make these balls as big or as little as you desire. So you roll it in the flour, just like that. Drop it in the egg mixture, just like that. And then in the cornflake crumbs. And you cover it in the cornflake crumbs, and then into the oil it will go. Just like that. So we'll do another one. It's so good, you guys. Oh my gosh, I wish you could try this. These are so delicious. I mean, they're just so wonderful. I am absolutely crazy about them. But if they're not seasoned right, then they're yucky. So you got to make sure you got the garlic powder and the cayenne and, you know, the Cajun seasoning, or they're bland. There we go. Okay, we'll do one more and then I'll show you how they're cooking. And the bigger they are, the longer they take to cook, of course. Even though the boudin is already cooked, you know, the peppers and the onions and all that is not. So, yeah. So we just put that around in there. And this is pretty cold, I think, because I left the boudin in the refrigerator until it was time to use. So there we go. Let's cover that in that real good. And then we'll drop it in there. Let me wash my hands and I'll show you. Sorry, I had to use my little hand scrubber because it got under my nails. Okay, so now you get the gist of that. And I'm gonna let you see what they look like in the oil. Let me move you over here. There you go. And you just shake it. You just let it cook until that's golden brown. And so while that's doing that, I'm gonna make a couple balls while them are frying and get ready to put a couple more in there. And they will float when they're done for the most part. There we go. Covering it in flour. Dipping it in egg. And then in the crumbs. There we go. Let me get a little plate. I can set these on. While I'm making them, make sure y'all can see. There you go. See, them are looking mighty fine. Just bounce them around and let them cook. And then as I prepare more, I will set them on a dish over here, just so I can put more in when the ones are done. Just like that. Boudin balls, boudin balls, boudin all the way. Oh, what fun it is to eat our Cajun boudin balls. Cajun balls, boudin balls. Boudin. As my cousin's-in-law said, Boudin. I think they're teasing me, though. I think they was just telling me that to see if I would do it. And they're sitting back giggling at me because I'm a Yankee. There it is. They're looking good. I've almost got the next 4 made. Okay, let me roll this in the flour. Roll it up, pat it up, mark it with the B. Okay, I'll cover that in the egg. And put it in there. And this one, set in that egg. I'll roll it in the cornflake crumbs. 3. Okay, almost done, huh? I think that might be pretty well done. Pretty close. I think that's pretty close to done, y'all. Let me cover this one. And then we'll take a picture of them. And we'll put 4 more in there because I got 4 more made. Let me wash my fingers off. Blue is sitting here watching me. He knows you got a taste of the good stuff, didn't you, buddy? I know you did. Okay. So this is what the balls look like. Right there. Y'all see that? And we'll put these over here on a plate. And I will show you up close. Oh, man. This Cajun man in the living room is not going to know how to act. Let's get a picture of them in the oil. There we go. Okay. So let me show y'all. This is what they look like up close. Boudin balls, right there. There it is. Make you go yum. Okay, let me show ya. There it is, look at that. Boudin balls. Okay, so let's make some more and get them ready to go in the oil. And then we will make our dipping sauce, because there is a dipping sauce that you have to make. Let me make 4 more Boudin balls. And then we will make our dipping sauce for it. And the dipping sauce is so simple. It's a very simple sauce, but very good. Put that in there. And I'm making, I'll show you. So this is the first step to the Boudin, right there. And then, second step is the rolling it in the flour. Oops, doggone it, I touched something. Dang it. Y'all already know. Okay, so this is the flour. And then you roll it in the egg mixture, which it looks like this. Right there. And then into the breadcrumbs. Oops, that goes in there. And then it looks like this. There we go. And I'm going to set it on the plate. Okay. There we go. Cover it in the cornflake crumbs. Look at that. Them are looking mighty fine. And you do have to make sure that you cook it long enough, because there's celery and onions and bell peppers in there. So we want to make sure that we do it long enough so that them are done. The Boudin, Buddha, whatever they said, is pre-cooked. So that we don't have to worry about. That, it comes they pre-cook it. And so, you know, you don't have to worry about you're eating raw meat or something. Get another ball. And I'm making big balls. Just because they're so good, like, you don't want to go back for little balls. You that didn't sound right, did it? We want the big balls. There it is. Big balls, big balls. Big balls, big balls. There we go. Scrape my fingers off because I got that stuff. Okay. And then I have 4 more waiting to go in a second here. Put that in there. And while you guys are watching it fry, I'm actually making 4 more just so I can drop 4 more in. And then we're going to make the sauce. We will go over and we will make the homemade dipping sauce that they use. It's kind of like a remoulade sauce, but it's a little different. My opinion. There. Okay, so we got... Well, now let me wash my hands. And then... we will wash this bowl that the onion was in, and we'll use that to make our sauce. Sorry, I gotta scrub my nails, you guys. Okay. Pull these ones out. Put them on our plate. Let me set these over here. Okay. I'd like to drop that right down in. And then we will drop our other 4 balls in there. There we go. Okay. Now, let me wash my hands because I touched them balls, and then we will make our sauce. Okay. There we go. Okay. Now let's go over here and we will make our Boudin sauce. So let me set you there. Okay. And there's our Boudin balls. So pretty. Okay, let me put you up here. Put you up here. Okay. Get my sour cream somewhere. Where's my sour cream? Right here. Okay. Sour cream. Spicy mustard. Let me get my spicy mustard out. Meeny, mo. Right, sure. Stone ground. What's this? Dijon. Let's see here. I guess we'll do the stone ground because we don't really have the spicy. So we're going to use the stone ground. Lemon juice, Cajun seasoning. Lemon juice, Cajun seasoning, and garlic powder and a pinch of salt. Garlic powder and a pinch of salt. Okay. So I have all of our ingredients around us now. 1 cup of sour cream. Y'all can see, right? I'll make sure you can see. There. Okay, so 1 cup of sour cream. And I'm only going to make 1 batch because 1 batch is really sufficient because you really don't use a lot of it. So, or I don't. And I don't think Jerry does too tough, so that's 1 cup of sour cream, 2 tablespoons of spicy mustard, which I'm using stone ground because stone ground tends to be a little bit of a spicy mustard. Let me try to shake it out. Sorry, guys. Shoot. It is not cooperating. There we go. There's one. Okay. 2. Yay! 2 tablespoons of spicy mustard or stone ground. And then, it's not spicy, so let's just do a dash of Louisiana hot sauce. How about that? Compensate. 1 teaspoon of lemon juice. And again, y'all know the lids is 1 teaspoon. So 1 teaspoon of lemon juice. 1 teaspoon of Cajun seasoning, which is this. Y'all know. Okay, 1 teaspoon, so I'm going to use the other side of this. And guesstimate. 1 teaspoon of Cajun seasoning. 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. Oops, don't call me Grace for nothing. Come on, open sesame. Okay. 1 teaspoon garlic powder. There we go. And a pinch of salt. So there's our pinch of salt. And then you mix that. And that's your dip for your boudin balls. Just like that. Mix it all up. Okay, y'all. Mama gonna try it. Mama gonna try it. Are y'all ready? Okay. Ready? Mama gonna try it. Let me get a little bit of that sauce. Let's see, it's the smallest one we got here, right here. And we're gonna put a little bit of that sauce on there. Just like that. Look at that. Papa's like, I want to try first. Come here. Come here, baby. Papa wants to try first. So we're going to let the Cajun man try first. You got to come over here where they can see you. Look at the camera. And I'll check these while you're doing that. These are done. Unplug this.
Oh, my goodness.
How'd I do?
Oh.
Huh? So say bon. You leave that there. You still gotta have some rice and chicken with that. This man, how'd I do?
So good.
So good. Does it taste like home? It tastes like home.
Mm-hmm.
It tastes like Louisiana, y'all. We did good.
That's good, too.
He's like, I want more. Yeah, that's the sauce, the recipe for the sauce.
Oh. That is so good. That is like, oh my goodness.
Really? So good.
That'll make you slap your mama and your grandma.
It'll make you slap your mama and your grandma. Look at that. What do you think about this Yankee making that Cajun food? Huh?
You do good.
I listened well.
Yes.
I still don't think it's called Boudin. I think they messing with me. So there it is. Thank y'all. There will be a video and pictures to come. Thank you for watching and God bless.